Hello, and welcome to Wheels Up. I'm your host, Sierra. Today, we will learn about animal sanctuaries all around the world. Brought to you by the Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and our friends at American Airlines. After our adventure, please join us as we do a very special craft with a very special person. And last, but certainly not least, we will wrap things up with a really fun game of trivia. Are you ready? Let's go on our adventure. Buckle your seatbelts. Here to kick us off is a very special representative from our friends at American Airlines.
Welcome passengers. I'm American Airlines Flight Attendant Jackie Gritson. Welcome on board our very special flight today from Sunrise Associations and American Airlines to some very special destinations. Today we'll be visiting some incredible places where some special animals can find a secure and safe home. Our first destination, Nairobi, Kenya. So buckle up, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Scuba gear? Check. Hedgehog holding gloves? Check. Koala food? Check. All right, adventurers, is everyone ready for our expedition? Today, we're going on a tour of the most amazing wildlife sanctuaries on Earth. You might be wondering, what exactly is a wildlife sanctuary? The answer? A lot of things. They might take care of different animals in different ways, but all wildlife sanctuaries have one thing in common. They provide safety and care for animals in need. Outside of that, things get pretty wild. Let's get this tour started with a sanctuary as stellar as they come, the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust's Elephant Orphans Project. To reach this home for baby elephants, we will be taking our American Airlines flight to Kenya in East Africa. Kenya is home to some of Africa's most striking wildlife, including lions, rhinos, and leopards. But having all of these incredible animals in one place attracts some unwanted attention. Poachers. Boo! Fortunately, a fantastic project was founded to help raise young elephants orphaned by poaching and reintegrate them safely into herds. Thanks, wildlife rescuers! Fun fact number 1, adult elephants might be mighty, but below the age of 2, elephant calves need a loving caregiver. That's why the Orphans Project provides round-the-clock care for these super-sized toddlers, feeding them nutrient-rich formula every 3 hours, and even staying with them all night in case any baby elephants have bad dreams. Oh! Once they're old enough, these pint-sized pachyderms are transferred to a special release facility nearby thousands of wild elephants. This part is kind of like going to school. The rescued Ellies need to learn important elephant skills like which plants are safe to eat, how to find watering holes, and most importantly, how to get along with other elephants their age. Oh gosh, going to school can be scary, but thanks to special satellite collars, wildlife caretakers are able to keep an eye on our young elephants to make sure they're fitting in well and getting plenty to eat. Gosh, this animal sanctuary is so wonderful. They make me want to toot my trunk with gratitude. Wow, that was a whole elephant's worth of awesomeness. But for our next stop, we'll make sure smaller animals also get big loads of love. All aboard for England, because next up is Buckingham's busiest animal hospital, Tickywinkles. Okay, so let's get it out of the way right up front. Tickywinkles is a very silly name. Want to say it with me? Tig-E-Winkles. Tickywinkles. Where in the world did this silly word come from? Fun fact number 2, Tickywinkles is named for the tale of Mrs. Tiggywinkle by author Beatrix Potter, famous for writing the story of Peter Rabbit. Now, the name might sound ridiculous, but get all those giggles out, because the work happening today at Tickywinkles addresses serious needs for wildlife across the UK and even around the world. Tickywinkles started when a mother and son decided to work together to rehabilitate injured animals in their area. At first, things started small, a toad or two here, a swan or duck there, but then, in 1984, England experienced a drought. A drought is a dangerous lack of water, and it meant trouble for the local hedgehog population. Our little animal care facility was suddenly overwhelmed with hedgehogs needing help, and they rose to meet the occasion. Today, Tickywinkles is one of the largest animal hospitals on Earth, having treated over 300,000 critters in crisis. What sort of critters will you run into at Tickywinkle's? Great question! There's the hedgehogs for starters, but the Tickywinkle team tends to all sorts of other British animals as well, including fox, deer, badgers, moles, and birds. Their goal? Get every animal healthy and back to their natural habitat. Tickywinkle's is also open to the public, so we're welcome to meet and greet some well-mannered hedgehogs and can even join them for a picnic and a proper spot of English tea. Cheers! Okay, Tickywinkle's is going to be hard to top. So what if we went under it instead? Under the sea, that is! Remember when I mentioned we'd need to pack our scuba gear? Well, that was no joke, because it's time to make a splash with our next wildlife sanctuary, Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary. Let's hop on our next American Airlines flight to Santa Barbara, California. Located off the coast of Southern California, Channel Islands National Marine Sanctuary protects nearly 1,500 square miles of ocean environments, including towering kelp forests, hidden sea caves, and treacherous island channels, making it an ideal home for dolphins, seals, sea lions, and hundreds of species of fish and birds. It's a ginormous sanctuary, which is good because it gets some ginormous guests. The Channel Islands happen to be the planet's #1 gathering spot for blue whales, the biggest animals in the ocean. In fact, fun fact number 3, the blue whale is the largest animal known to exist ever. How big is that? Imagine a whale. Now bigger. Bigger! Blue whales can grow over 100 feet long and weigh more than 30 elephants combined. That's so big that a person could swim through its veins. Ugh, gross, but also amazing. Just in case the gigantic whales and kelp forests weren't cool enough, though, I should probably mention that this marine sanctuary is also home to shipwrecks. One of the most famous is that of the Winfield Scott. Before I tell this high seas tale, I promise no one gets hurt. In December 1853, the Winfield Scott set sail with a treasure's worth of solid gold. The captain decided to take a shortcut between the Channel Islands when, BAM! The ship collided against an island cliff. Luckily, everyone aboard escaped safely, but the ship? Yar, she was bound for Davy Jones's locker. Today, we're welcome to dive down and explore the shipwreck, but remember not to touch. Why's that? Because, fun fact number 4, shipwrecks can form essential underwater ecosystems, just like a coral reef. An ecosystem is a community of plants, animals, and other living organisms living together and interacting with their environment. With all of their nooks, crannies, and hidden compartments, shipwrecks are a perfect place for plants to grow and for fish to live free from predators. Oh, and for those who'd rather stay dry, there's still plenty at this sanctuary to enjoy. In fact, marine conservationists have installed underwater cameras all across the preserve so that nature lovers can tune in anytime, anywhere, and admire the amazing seascapes. Whew, yikes! We'd better towel off quick if we're going to make our next flight. Our time today's nearly up, but there's one last wildlife sanctuary to check in on, and they cater to one very unique creature. Anyone want to guess what animal it could be? I'll give you a hint. What's fuzzy, lives in a tree, and eats hundreds of eucalyptus leaves? You got it! Koalas! Here at Port Stephens Koala Sanctuary in Eastern Australia, koala rehabilitation is the name of the game. These cuddly marsupials get top-of-the-line care from wildlife specialists, but most importantly, get to live in their natural environment, way, way up in the treetops. Now, that seems pretty nice for the koalas, but how's anyone supposed to see them up there? Well, that's where the Koala Sanctuary has come up with a truly unique solution, the Skywalk. The Skywalk is an elevated walkway that allows koala lovers to saunter straight up to the canopy, so we can appreciate these adorable animals without disrupting their days. Fun fact number 5, did you know koalas are the sleepiest animals on Earth? It's true! Koalas can sleep up to 22 hours a day. No wonder they look great with all that beauty sleep. We've still got lots to explore before our own bedtime, though. Up next, arts and crafts. where we'll be celebrating animal sanctuaries with some wild wildlife creations. See you next time, adventurers! Wow, that was so much fun and amazing! Time to get back on board our flight. Our next stop is crafting. Let's go!
Hi, my name is Caroline, and I'm so excited to do arts and crafts with you today. Today's video was all about animal sanctuaries around the world. So today we are going to make a koala craft and an elephant craft. I hope you have fun!
Animal sanctuaries around the world. Project 1, Koala Craft. Construction paper, 4 pieces. 1 color of your choice, 1 white piece, 1 brown piece, 1 green piece, scissors, markers, crayons, or colored pencils, and glue. Project 2, Elephant. Construction paper, 3 pieces, 2 colors of your choice, 1 white piece, 1 straw, optional, googly eyes, scissors, markers, crayons, or colored pencils, and glue.
The first craft we are going to make is a koala craft. And in the video, you learned about Port Stephens Koala Sanctuary in Australia. So we are going to make a really fun koala craft. So what I have is some brown paper. I'm going to use that for the branch that the koala is going to sit on. And I also have some pink paper for the body, some green paper for the leaves, and some white paper for parts of the face. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out the koala's body. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use my hand. So I'm going to take a marker so that I can trace my hand out. And I'm going to put it towards the end of the paper. And I'm just going to trace my whole hand. And it's okay if it's not perfect. These are just going to look like the koala's legs when we're all finished. Just like this. So now I'm going to cut this out. And it's okay if you don't go right on the lines. It can be a little bigger or a little smaller. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now that I have my hand shape all cut out, I'm going to make the koala's face. So I'm going to use the same pink paper as before, and I'm going to cut out a circle. And this is going to be the koala's face. Just like this. And then next, I'm going to cut out some ears. So the ears are going to be almost like a semicircle shape. Just like this. And now I'm going to cut out one more. Now we're going to glue this together. So first on the hand is going to be the head. So I'm going to glue that on top. So it's going to go on this part all the way on the top. Like this. And then the ears are going to go on top of that. Just like this. And then the next thing we're going to cut out is the eyes and the mouth. So the eyes I'm going to cut out 2, so I'm gonna fold my paper in half. And then I'm gonna cut on this side, the open side. And I'm going to cut a semicircle shape like the ears, but a little bit smaller. Just like this. So these are the eyes, and then the mouth shape is just going to be a big oval shape. Just like this. So now I'm going to glue on where the mouth and the nose is going to be, like this. And then the eyes are going to go on top. Just like that. And now we're going to color in the eyes and the nose and the mouth. So I'm going to use a black pastel because it shows up really well. But you can also use a black marker or a black crayon or black paint, whatever you want to use to color it. So I'm going to just draw a circle in both of the eyes with my black pastel like this. And then I'm going to draw the nose and a big smile, like that. And now for the ears, I'm going to use a pink pastel, and it's a little bit lighter than the paper I have. And I'm going to draw a shape inside of the ear, kind of like the same shape, just a little bit smaller, to make it look like a real koala. Like this. And then I'm going to draw some pink where like the cheeks would be. And I made my koala mostly pink, but most koalas are gray. So I'm going to color the body of my koala a gray color with my pastel. But you don't have to do this part. You can make your koala whatever color you want because it's not a real koala in the wild, but the real ones are gray. Just like this. And now that the koala is finished, we need a branch for it to sit on. So I'm going to use my brown paper and I'm going to cut out a long rectangle shape so that our koala has somewhere to sleep. And koalas sleep for a really long time. They sleep for like 22 hours a day. And so it needs somewhere comfy to sleep. So now I'm just going to glue on the koala onto the branch. Just like this. And I think it needs something to eat, so I'm gonna give it some leaves. So I'm gonna use my green piece of paper and I'm gonna fold it a few times so that I get a bunch of leaves for my koala to eat. And koalas really like eucalyptus leaves, so that's what I'm making for my koala. So my leaf shape is going to look like this. And now I have a bunch of yummy leaves for my koala to eat. So I'm going to glue them onto the branch. And maybe you can even glue one coming out of the koala's mouth if you want. Okay, so this is my finished koala craft, and I hope that one day maybe I can go and see the koalas in the sanctuary in Australia. That would be really cool. The second craft we are going to make is an elephant craft, because in the video you learned a lot about different elephant orphanages in Africa, and so we're gonna make a really fun elephant craft. So here I have some different colored pieces of paper that I'm going to make my elephant out of. And I also have some googly eyes, but you can also draw on your eyes with markers or crayons. And then I have the straw, and we're going to make this look like the elephant's trunk is going in and out of its mouth. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is make the elephant's face. So I'm using gray paper because that's what color elephants are. And the first thing I'm going to do is fold my paper in a triangle. Just like this. And I'm using paper that's already square shaped. But if you don't have that, you can use a regular piece of paper and you can cut out a square of it. So then I'm going to fold the top of my triangle down like this. And then I'm going to flip it over so that the triangle is on the bottom of the paper. And then I'm going to take the corner of the triangle and fold it down like this, and then do the same thing to the other side. Like that. And these are going to be like the elephant's ears. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make the elephant's tusks. So I'm taking my white paper and I'm gonna fold it in half so that I can get two. And then I'm going to just cut out a triangle shape. Like this. And then I'm going to glue them on, and I'm gonna glue only the top of it so that most of it is coming from under the elephant so that you can see them. Just like this. And now I'm going to glue on the elephant's eyes before I do the trunk. And if you don't have googly eyes, you can always draw your eyes on with crayons or markers or whatever else you have. So now it looks like this. And the next thing we're going to make is the trunk. So I'm going to use my purple paper, but you can use whatever color you want. So I'm gonna fold it into thirds. So I'm gonna take the side and fold it towards the middle of my paper. And then before folding it to the other side, I'm gonna put some glue on the side that I just folded. And then I'm gonna stick it to the other side. Just like this. And now your paper should be like a tube, like this. And you wanna wait for your glue to dry, so I'm going to use one that I made before. And now, once you have it like this and you have your tube, you're gonna flatten it out again, and then you're gonna roll it up. So starting from the end, you're gonna kind of fold it to to almost halfway so that it looks like this. And then you can glue it onto your elephant. So I'm going to put some glue on the top of it. And glue it like that. Then you're going to take your straw, and if you go to the back of it, you can almost open up your paper so that you get that tube again. And that's where you're going to put your straw. So now, when you blow in the straw, this part is going to unfold and it's going to look like the trunk coming out of its mouth. So now you're going to blow into your straw, and when you do that, you're going to make sure to hold the sides really, really tight so that no air goes in. So you're going to hold both sides like this and then blow into the straw so that the trunk comes undone and then it can go back up. Maybe it's eating some leaves or something. So this is my finished elephant craft. And it's really fun when the trunk goes in and out. It looks like a real elephant. I hope you had fun making this koala craft and this elephant craft with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Wow, we had so much fun crafting with you. We are coming in for a landing to our final destination, an exciting trivia game. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. There will be 4 answers, but only one will be correct. Can you guess the right one? Well, come on, let's play. Welcome to Wheels Up Trivia with Wheels Up with Sunrise on Wheels. Question number 1. Wildlife sanctuaries are places that A. Teach animals to do tricks. B. Provide care and protection for animals. C. Provide care and protection for Pokemon. Or D. Let you eat exotic animals. Ooh. If you guessed B, you were correct. Sanctuaries provide care and protect. Question number 2. Elephants under the age of 2 need A. A loving caregiver. B. An indifferent uncle. C. A confused sister. Or D. A really big pair of shoes. They need a loving caregiver. Question number 3. Kenya is a country in A. North Asia. B. South America. C. East Africa. Or D. The Wild Wild West. East Africa! Kenya is in Africa. Good job. Question 4. Tiggywinkles is one of the world's A. Silliest games. B. Biggest zoos. C. Most delicious teas. Or D. Largest animal hospitals. What a silly name for one of the largest animal hospitals. Question 5. Backyard British wildlife includes A. Hedgehogs. B. Elephants. C. Pooh bears. Or D. Blue whales. Oh, I love hedgehogs. I think they're so cute. Question 6. A blue whale is bigger than A. A bus. B. 30 elephants. C. Every other animal on Earth. Or D. All of the above. Blue whales are so big. D is the correct answer. Question number 7. The Channel Islands are located A. In Zambia. B. Off the coast of Australia. C. On the Discovery Channel. Or D. Off the coast of California. The correct answer is D, though I'm sure you could also see the Channel Islands on the Discovery Channel. Question 8. Shipwrecks are important because A. They form marine ecosystems. B. They're full of pirate treasure. C. They scare fish away. Or D. There were just too many ships. A. They form marine ecosystems, just as fragile as coral reefs. Question number 9. A koala's natural habitat is A. The African savanna. B. The British countryside. C. Koala Town, USA. Or D. The canopy of eucalyptus trees. Koalas love those eucalyptus trees, high up. And our final question, number 10. Koalas can sleep A. Upside down. B. Up to 22 hours a day. C. With their eyes open. Or D. Well, they can't sleep at all. Koalas are such good sleepers. They sleep up to 22 hours a day. Great job doing trivia with Wheels Up with Sunrise on Wheels. We'll see you next time.
Yay! You did such a great job with games trivia. Thank you so much for tuning in on today's episode of Wheels Up. I had such a blast going on that adventure, crafting, and playing that fun game of trivia with you. You can tune into more Wheels Up episodes on our Sunrise Studios app, downloadable on your mobile phones, iOS and Android, also your Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. We can't wait to see you on our next flight with Wheels Up, brought to you by the Sunrise Association, Sunrise Studios, and our friends at American Airlines. Bye!